Hey everyone, it's Lainey. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. This video is a craft with me, kind of craft and chat. I just have some things in my space that need to be moved elsewhere, so I'm just kind of working through some random crafts today. And as you can see, the first one is this wooden frame. I did not pay $5 from this from Joann's. It was on sale, but as soon as I saw it, I immediately knew that I wanted to add some kind of pattern vinyl to it. The vinyl that I have here, I'm going to cut this off as well. The vinyl that I have here is removable vinyl from Cricut, and I really love the colors and I love birds. So this is perfect for me. Oh, and it has butterflies too. So what I want to do first, I need to trim this down. And I found this vinyl recently on sale. It was a purchase from Amazon. And I'm a Prime member, so I typically purchase things from Amazon because, you know, I have free shipping and free returns. But it was a few bucks. I think it was less than $5 to be honest, and it came with 3 different patterns. And I used one of the other patterns in the collab with me video from week before last, and I used it with reflective vinyl for a door hanger. I'll link it down below if you didn't catch it. Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. Now, this is kind of a smaller piece that I'm working with, so I don't really think I'm actually going to have, well, I might have that bird in it. But the best thing about this is if I don't like it, let's turn this over. If I don't like it, then I can take it off and do something else. But I also liked this frame because I can hang it up. It has that hanger there on it, and it also has a spot where you can put the peg so it can sit up. But I'm also contemplating on gluing some magnets to this and just magnetizing it to the fridge. So multiple options there for this frame. And this would make for a great Mother's Day gift as well. You know, just finding a frame and customizing it, and then maybe putting a picture in it as well. Or you would have to put a picture in it if you were giving it as a gift, right? Just trying to make sure that that is flat and straight. And now I'm going to take my True Control knife here and directly on my glass mat, because it really helps my blade just glide. Just makes the cutting process so much easier for me. This glass mat, they are priced quite high, but I absolutely love this mat for so many different things. It just really protects my desk and makes my life easier because I can also iron on it too with my mini press when I'm just doing like a quick craft, a little iron on project that doesn't need too much heat or time. It doesn't mess up the glass mat. Okay, so just going to stick this to the glass mat there. And I'm going to just finish cutting around the frame, and then I'm going to have to work my way in the middle, obviously. And then I have a vinyl sentiment cutout as well to place on top of the pattern. Alrighty, I finished trimming off the excess. I feel like it needs just some areas that need to be pressed down. So taking my brayer tool and just going over the vinyl. There's just some bubbles in a couple places. I think this is helping. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is. And if you had a little hand sander, you know, just like a little sanding block, you could come in and kind of wear down the edges a little bit. I've done that before. But I think I'm going to leave this as is, but I do have a little area right here that I need to clean up. Make it look a little cleaner. Let's see. Much better. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this back together. So we have the acetate protective film. Let's turn this over. And this frame is, the photo frame part is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So I'm gonna have to get a little picture made. I love how this turned out, and you can actually see 2 birds, and some of the flowers are really intact, and the butterflies, there's a couple. I really like that. I'm really glad that I didn't second guess myself with that vinyl and just tried it out. I gave it a shot. I typed in memories in under the images in Design Space. I like to do that because, you know, there's already fonts chosen for you basically. So I look through those first, and if I don't like anything, then I will type it out and choose my own font. But I liked this script font here, and we're just going to place this, I think, at the bottom. And if you are curious about anything that I'm using today, I will do my best to link everything that I can find in the description box down below the video, so be sure to check that out. Let's burnish on both sides and bring in the frame. I think I'm going to keep this in my craft room for a bit, but when I want to move things around, because I do that often, I think I'm going to put magnets on it and put it on the fridge. But right now I think I'm just going to enjoy this in my space. And let's try to get that straight. I think I should have made that probably bolder. Let's see, the grids are kind of messing with my eye there. No, that's fine. You could definitely make it bolder if you would like. Let's put that transfer tape back on the backer because I can use that again. But that is craft number 1. For the next craft, I have this sunglass case. It was $3 from the Target Bullseye section, and it collapses. And I've needed one of these for my glasses for quite some time. I just have them hanging up over here on my pegboard with my pens because I don't have a case for them anymore. So I thought that I would personalize this with the gold, but I tried to cut out, as you can see, I found a floral circle, and then I went under the monograms and typed out an L and chose the font style from there because I liked these paired together. But my Cricut machine did not really like this little piece, so I'm going to just use the L and cut off the remaining part because it didn't do a good job. But, you know, the idea was there. I had good intentions. It just was quite small to cut out an intricate flower. And I've got a little piece in here. Alrighty, I'm gonna use my mini press. I'm gonna put it on medium, which is 2 wavy lines, and let that heat up. But I think I'm just gonna iron it right in the center. It's not really wanting to stick, but I'm thinking something like that. Just very simple, modern, and clean. Let's go ahead and cut off the tag. And I also liked that it had this little hook on it as well. So great for traveling. Okay, so I have my iron-on in place. I'm just going to kind of hold it down with my index finger while I iron down what I can. Okay, now I feel that it is starting to adhere, so I can really add some pressure and cover the entire surface. And excuse the heater if you can hear that in the background. It is a cold day today. It is May 2nd, and last night it was 26 degrees. It is not spring whatsoever. Okay. So I'm gonna turn it over on my glass mat to have that cool down a bit quicker because it's a cool peel, and I believe this gold iron-on is Cricut. Let me bring in my weeding tool to help pick up the carrier sheet. Perfect. I love it. It's so simple, but it is my style. This also would make a great gift as well. All right, so for the next craft, I have this piece here from Dollar Tree. And I knew that I wanted to do something with the bees because it's a honeycomb shape. And it just took me forever to really find something that I liked. I originally wanted something along the lines of Save the Bees, but I felt like the font would be too small, so maybe, you know, try something just a floral design or what have you. And I found this, and I'm using Tech Wrap in matte black today. And the other vinyl I used on the first craft, that is white matte Tech Wrap as well. So I've got quite a bit to weed in here, but as you can see, the Cricut did a great job of cutting this out because there's quite a bit going on. But I found this in Design Space. I typed in Save the Bees and looked under the images and found this one. And it is a bit oversized. I plan on placing it on the blank and then turning it over and cutting off the excess. And hopefully it turns out as I think it will. All right, I'm almost done, and it is really coming together. And now you can see all the pieces that needed to be weeded out. But this is a great plant decor item. You can just stick it in your plant pot, inside or outside, and I thought it was perfect for the season, even though it doesn't feel like spring where we're currently at. We are in Wyoming, and it is always cold. There was actually snow flurries yesterday, off and on, all day. Such a difference from Texas. All right, so let's pick out some scraps again. Yeah, I think this will suffice. And once more, gonna trim it down to size. Oh, one thing that I do want to point out, this vinyl here, or I'm sorry, this transfer tape is just a huge roll from Amazon that I've been working with for the past couple of months, maybe a few months actually. I've had it for a while. I've already ordered a second roll of it, but it doesn't work as well with Tech Wrap. The best transfer tape to use with Tech Wrap is their Tech Wrap transfer tape, I have found. It really works a lot better. So let's see if I can get this transferred over. I have Tech Wrap transfer tape. It's just not what I think about grabbing because I have just that huge roll. But this seems to be doing a great job, actually. Just a couple little pieces that need a little more help. Okay, now let's hope this sticks. It's not clean. I did not clean it off. I think so. I think I am going to like it. All right, so I'm going to take my scraper and just burnish this down to really help it get stuck down to that wood, because sometimes wood can be a little stinker when trying to transfer vinyl to it. But what I want to do is remove the transfer tape and then cut off the remaining pieces, I think. Yeah, it's not wanting to stick down. Well, part of it is. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to have to work slow. Got part of it. Okay. So that's what it looks like. And I've just got a little bit of, well, quite a bit actually, a lot of extra little pieces, but nothing my blade can't fix. All right, I think I have everything trimmed down, just checking the sides. Everything looks clean, and I really like how this turned out. And like I said, I'm just going to put it in a plant, and you can really see the details there. I really like how it turned out, and I'm glad that I've chose this one. So this is craft number 3. So found this at Dollar Tree as well, and it's another plant item. It's just a watering stake. So let me open this real quick. Try not to make too much noise here. And I typed in circles in Design Space and came across a variation of sizes and thought this would be a cute element to add just to dress it up a bit. And I'm gonna place these on like stickers, but first it has so much debris on it, even though it was in that plastic. I need to clean this off. Okay, coming in with my alcohol pump and a napkin. All right, but now it is clean, and I just wanna, let's just see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my finger. And these have been out forever. I remember when I was younger and I saw one of these for the first time, and I thought it was so neat, and I've never had one. And I am a plant girl. I love plants. Living tiny, that was the hardest thing for me because I collected succulents. I had to have had, man, like at least like 28 to 30 different succulents, and I would propagate them, and I had to, well, I had someone plant sitting for a year and a half, and then my husband and I realized that we really like living this way and traveling together. We thought we would miss living in a house, but I mean, there are pros and cons to this, but there are things that we miss, but we decided to keep on doing it. So I had to give away all the plants that were being plant sitted or babysat, whatever, plant sat. And it was just really sad. I have quite a bit of plants in the house now, but they're all hanging plants around the windows because they need quite a bit of sun. And that's pretty much all I can have because we don't have too much light coming in for plants to be positioned in other places in the house. So, but I know what plant I want this to go in, and I'm just kind of looking around. Should I extend it down a bit? I think so, because some of it is going to be exposed. And I just went with white so it would really pop. But now that I'm actually, man, what I should have done, I've got a purple foil. That would have been really nice. I forgot about it until right now. That would have been really, really unique. All right, how cute is that? Does this remind anyone else of something that should be in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? I guess because of the circles and the color, I don't know, but I'm definitely getting Willy Wonka vibes. All right, so I've got one more craft to do. So let me do a little mid-craft cleanup here and bring in the last craft. All right, so I have this little tray or stand. This was from Target. It was $5, the bullseye section. I've had this for, man, a year, and you can see that it's kind of got some stuff on it. It has been in my kitchen, and I use it for some of my soaps. And I took it down at Christmas, and I haven't put it back up. And I want to add something to it now, just to change it up now that I'm going to bring it back out. Just going to really make sure that this surface is clean because it's probably got soap residue on it, and that's not going to work well with vinyl. All right. I think that is pretty good. It was definitely dirty. Okay, so while that dries, I'm going to weed this out. Once again, using tech wrap, and I looked up wreaths under images and found this one, and it did have just a thin half circle on this side, and I just contoured that out. Uh-oh, sticking. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Okay. And all of this part of the arrangement is solid, so it's not a lot of weeding, but I thought it would look good on top of the wood. I just have a little bit to weed in the flower right here, and that's it. All right, and just gonna look it over, and that is all of it. And I love white on wood. It is such a nice contrast, and I really like white as well. I've got white walls, which is not the best idea if you are painting your home. Pure white gets dirty quite easily. And let me think here. You know what? I think I'm just going to use this and let's see. Trim this down and maybe piece it together. Something like that. Just so I can use this piece. Alrighty, gonna trim this one down too. So now I have another little piece to add to the scraps, but that's okay. And overlapping these transfer tapes so they can stick together, and going to burnish it down. Okay. Voila. Let's bring this in, and I kind of want to try to cover up that little black spot, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, well, let's try to just kind of shift this around and see if I can get a bigger part of the leaf. There we go. Perfect. Okay, gonna use my scraper just to get this pressed down. We cleaned it off, but I just don't know if it's gonna stick really well. I think it is, but. Yeah, some of it's wanting to peel up. So just got to come back in with my scraper I'm definitely going to let this sit in my craft room overnight before I put it in the kitchen and put the soaps back on it, just so I can make sure that this is really cured to the wood so it can last a good while in the kitchen. So I'm just going to use my finger to press that down because there were some areas that were just kind of wanting to pull up. And then I think an overnight stay in the craft room before being put to use will do it some good. And how pretty. And like I said, all Cricut design stays. Just search under images, just type in whatever you want, and there are so many options to choose from. And I really like that I finally added some vinyl to this, and I covered up that nasty little black spot. All right, so that was a quick craft with me. I really like the lineup today. It's really hard for me to choose a favorite, but I really think it's the stand, which is a year old, but just really transformed it with just a little bit of vinyl. So definitely subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on other Craft With Me videos. If this is your jam, I post a couple every month at least, and definitely more during the holiday seasons. But nevertheless, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know if you have a favorite down below, and remember to check the description box for more details. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.